Welcome back to Showcase Pittsburgh on KDKA TV. Coming up, Brad Grantham from New Image Hair Clinic, Jennifer Kem from Young Women's Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation, and Dr. Nathan Lockery from Aspen Dental back again. But right now, Mike Madden is back again from USA Insulation. Welcome back to Showcase Pittsburgh, Mike.
Thank you, John.
I'm sitting there at dinner last night and my daughter came down and she's like, oh, it's so cold. And I actually thought, I wonder if USA Insulation is going to be on the show tomorrow, and you guys are here. They're complaining already. Is this the time when things really start picking up for you?
No doubt about it, John. First football game, first school bus hits the road, our phones start ringing off the hook. It's that time of year. People are starting to get concerned about the cold weather. What are we going to do? Our bills, our comfort level last year were not where we wanted them to be, and sure enough, we're getting the calls.
I remember the first time I clicked on your website about a year and a half ago and was amazed at what you do at USA Insulation. There's somebody watching right now who has no idea. Explain what you do and how you can literally change their house.
Absolutely. First and foremost, we're a full-service insulation company. We specialize in a foam product, an injected foam that can fill up every cavity of almost any house that's out there in the Pittsburgh area. When this foam is injected, it has the highest R value, which means resistance to the cold trying to get in or the hot trying to get in, depending on the season. We do attic work, we do foundation work, but our main specialty is the foam. The foam is the exciting new stuff. Everybody wants it. We're the ones that have it.
And foam, as opposed to the blow-in insulation or the pink stuff, foam hits every nook and cranny and every electrical outlet. It's sealed.
No doubt about it. When that injects, it goes in like a shaving cream. So you've got all these wires, you've got pipes, you've got things in your walls that you might not even know about, but this foam seeks it out, wraps it up, envelops it, and then it's sealed for life.
I'm guessing somebody watching right now is going, wow, this is something I really am interested in because I have an older Pittsburgh house. It doesn't have insulation. So you brought somebody along with us today, and Colleen is sitting here. Colleen, you were a customer, was it 2 years ago? Is that correct?
Yes, I would say a little more than 2 years ago.
So you're living in a Pittsburgh house. Did you have any insulation in the walls?
I think the insulation that was in our home was long gone. And one day, like you said, I woke up and I had decided I cannot be uncomfortable and cold in my house any longer. I cannot live like this. And I had heard about U.S. Insulation from someone else and decided to give them a call. And it was the best call I had ever made. Kevin, one of the gentlemen, the salesman, had come out to our home and explained the whole entire process to us, gave us our options, and we had decided without a doubt we wanted to go with the foam insulation. I just felt that was the best choice for us. We're going to be in our house for our entire lives. We felt that the foam was going to last forever, and that's what we decided to go for.
How much did it change immediately? That night or the next day, did you notice it right away?
Immediately. What we noticed right away was the sound. In fact, my mother came to the house that day, and she came in, she sat down in the living room, and she said, "It's so quiet in here." And that was the first thing that everybody noticed because it wasn't really cold yet. And we sat in the living room and it was just this silence. It was so nice because it just felt like things were calm and quiet, and it was very nice.
Mike, I think you have a satisfied customer. What do you think?
I got a phone call from Colleen almost 2 years ago now after a bad snowstorm, and she left me a long message before that when we spoke about it. She just has the greatest story. It's an unbelievable story, and I don't think anybody can do it better than her.
Colleen, what's the story about the snowstorm Mike's telling us about?
Well, I have to tell you, first of all, that I am normally a very cold person, and so right off the bat, we absolutely love the insulation. But I was in love with this insulation, but it wasn't until the storm that we had about 2 years ago where the schools shut down for a week and a lot of people lost their electricity throughout Allegheny County. And we had lost our electricity for 2 days. Well, this person being always layered with tons of clothing, our temperature in our home did not go below 68 degrees for 2 days.
Even with no heat, no furnace on?
No, no furnace. And our home maintained its heat. My father, who lives very close to us, his registered, it didn't even register heat.
It was so cold.
It was so cold.
It's like, Dad, go home, go to your own house. I can't, it's too cold, it's too cold.
We put our food on the deck in coolers, and we put all of our blankets in the living room, on the living room floor, and we played games with the kids, and we were quite comfortable. It was fantastic. I could not believe it. Now, normally, any given year, I would have the furnace on by September. I do not put my furnace on now till at least the second week of November.
Mike, your phone is going to be ringing off the hook because of Colleen. You have a show special here before we wrap up today.
We do, John. This time around, anybody who sees us here today calls in to schedule an appointment. You can get a free attic thrown in with the purchase of a whole house insulation, a free attic. That's substantial. If you don't need the whole house, if you just need your walls, or if you just need your attic, we're going to offer you a full 10% off, but please mention that you saw us here today.
You will be as happy as Colleen. I'm guaranteeing it. Thanks, Mike. If you'd like to know more about USA Insulation, call them 412-492-SAVE or log on to usainsulation.net. If you would like to advertise here on our show, call us at 412-575-2400 or email at showcase@kdka.com. Next up, Brad Grantham from New Image Hair Clinic. That's next when Showcase Pittsburgh continues here on KDKA TV.